I was crying because I'm like, oh my God, like to sit and think that just a year ago, I was hopeless. I had no plans for my future. I didn't know what life was gonna bring to me. And I don't know, to sit here today and like see how much I've done and how far I've came is just, it's amazing to me. It's so amazing, yeah.
Recorded at Amplified Studio in downtown Des Moines, Give and Grow is more than a podcast. It's a commitment to our community. Founded by Andy and Sarah Suzanen alongside the RIA Group, this initiative is dedicated to uplifting the organizations and individuals who work every day to make Central Iowa a better place for all. Welcome to the Give and Grow podcast, where we share the stories of the nonprofits transforming lives in our community. Each organization is featured in 3 episodes, offering a deeper, more personal look at their impact. Through conversations with passionate staff, generous donors, and the very people whose lives have been changed by their work, our hope is simple: to connect, inspire, and strengthen the bonds that make our community thrive.
So welcome to the Give and Grow podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan Spain. This is the 3rd of 3 episodes featuring the nonprofit Change Course. Change Course is a workforce development organization, but they do a lot more than that. They've been in business about 3 years now, and they have programs that provide training in highly sought after skills along with leadership and personal development to give people in Des Moines a way to stop living paycheck to paycheck and launch their career. And the program is free, and I am honored that today we have Pita with us to talk about her experience in the program. Yeah. Welcome, Pita.
Thank you.
So I want to start off just talking about your background. You had a pretty devastating childhood. Mm-hmm. And if you don't mind sharing something that you experienced, just give listeners an idea of all the hardship that you were faced in your youth.
Yeah. Well, it was more of like my teenage years when it started, because as a younger child, I lived in Mexico with my grandma, so she raised me, and she was like an angel. Like, there was no wrong with her, in her, nothing. And my chaos kind of started like once I came back from Mexico. My teenage years, my mom and dad got a divorce. My mom had went to prison. My dad had kids with somebody else, and I kind of just started getting lost in their drama, like in the adult drama, and the only way that I knew how to escape reality was to do self-harm, because at that point I felt like nobody was really listening to me or even bothered to care that I was there or being hurt or anything. So that's where that started, which then that ended up leading to me using drugs by the age of 13. And
wow.
It was, I mean, I was not, I wouldn't say free, but free technically. I had no supervision. Nobody would come looking for me or nothing. So I was kind of just roaming around with other kids who were going through the same thing and just doing drugs. And I ended up meeting my kids' dad, who was 6 years older than me. I was 14 at the time, and got pregnant by 15, and then became a mom for like 10 years because I had 6 or 7 kids back to back. And during that time, it kind of was just, work, school, and be a mom, and that's about it. My kids' dad was older than me, so he had a different way of life. I kind of was just put there to sit there, was kind of how it was. And I don't know, like at the age of 25, I kind of got tired of just being like a, I don't know, puppet just sitting there for him. And I started doing the things that he did with him, so using drugs again, partying with him and stuff, and I lost everything from there. I lost my kids, I lost my home, I lost my job. he became very abusive, and it was like 2 years straight of nothing but, I mean, I would call it torture. Like every day he'd put his hands on me, and it was a very scary place to be. And my only escape was drugs. Like I didn't know what else to run to but run to drugs. And like I said, I ended up losing my kids, and then I became homeless, and I mean, nothing really mattered but drugs, you know, until I ended up going to jail, and I was sent to House of Mercy.
Yeah.
And then while I was at House of Mercy, I found Change Course, and it's kind of where everything changed for me. Like
Wow.
I saw another route to life.
Another way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And people who care.
Right.
That you were forced into adulthood so early. One, even just taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's so early to have to be on your own and then getting pregnant. And it sounds like your husband was quite controlling, right?
He was very controlling.
Didn't really let you do much.
Not much, no.
Not even have a phone of your own?
Nope. I didn't have my own phone till I was 18.
Okay.
And even then, it was still a lot of breaking it because he controlled the situation. So everything was kind of like, you know, I did as he said, and that was pretty much it.
So you were able to stay off drugs for a while. When you had your children.
Right.
You were clean, basically, right?
Yeah.
And where were you going to school at the time?
So at the time, I only completed my GED when I was 16.
Okay.
And so I really wasn't doing much. It was just call center jobs. And it was a lot of them because with so many kids, you know, they'd get sick. And then I'd have to call into work, and I'd get fired. And a lot of times, too, like, he would get mad, and it's like one of those situations where I just couldn't go to work and ended up getting fired. So it was a lot of stressful situations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Did you have in touch with your parents during this time at all? Where were they?
I was in touch with my parents, but at the same time, I don't know if it was due to the like controlling stuff, but I kind of started to like get into my head that my parents just didn't care for me.
Yeah.
And so I started isolating myself from everybody. And it wasn't only because I felt like they didn't care for me, but it was also because I knew that they were going to talk bad about him because of the things that he was doing. And I was so like, I mean, I was a kid, you know, just craving for love and somebody to care for me and stuff. And he was the one that was always there. And so I didn't want to leave him at that point. So I'd rather isolate my family than lose him at that point.
And your parents, you know, having them as models, kind of, they showed you that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Anyway. Do you have contact with your grandmother anymore?
My grandma passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. She passed away around the time that I was 25 or 24, 25.
Okay.
So everything kind of just hit me at once. Yeah. Once she was gone, it was kind of like for me, like, even though I didn't really have much communication with her because she lived in Mexico, but it just felt like it wasn't ever going to be the same anymore. And she was, like I said, my everything. She was my mom. She raised me. And I don't know, everything. Like, nothing really mattered after that. And I didn't get to say bye to her, so that kind of hit me a lot, too.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
And I think I read that it was around 10 years old that you left your grandmother. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I moved here. She would come back and forth to visit. But for the same reason of being with my kids' dad, I just didn't really see her much when she came. Yeah.
So remind me, where were you at in life when you applied to change course?
So when I applied to change course, I was at House of Mercy. I want to say I was about 6 months sober then.
And House of Mercy, for people who don't know, is that a sobriety center?
It's a treatment facility.
Okay.
But then they also have like transitional housing.
Okay.
So I was there for a year. I went there November of last year and got out towards the end of October. And I was there for about 6 months, and I went to a AA meeting, and I met this guy named Caleb, and I don't know, he was talking about his story and stuff, and it really sounded interesting to me, and I ended up finding him on Facebook and just asking him how he was doing and stuff, and he was telling me that he was graduating from a program called Change Course, and was like, you should do it, you should look into it. And so I did, and I just started reading about, their success stories and just kind of looking into it, and gave them a call and talked to somebody, and then they had me come in, and just like the vibe when you come in is just so amazing, because you instantly feel like you have a family.
Yeah.
Like you have people to turn to, and
people see you.
Yeah.
And
believe in you, and know that you can do it, And the moment you walk in that door, it's like your whole life changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. So Joseph Johnson, the co-founder, shared the story you wrote, and I think it was part of the curriculum that has you do that. Is that right? Like part of what you need to do is learn how to tell your story.
Yeah.
And that's what I had, was able to read. And it was so moving what you came through.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to experience all that. I really am.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that Change Course was there to help. Have you ever written your story down like that before?
No. And it's crazy to say, I had never actually read it. I read it today.
Oh, wow.
I read it today just because I knew I was going to come do this,
Yeah.
And the day that I was writing it, it kind of like I put my hands to the computer and it just
Came out.
And today that I was reading it, like I was crying because I'm like, oh my God, like to sit and think that just a year ago I was hopeless.
Oh.
I had no plans for my future. I didn't know what life was gonna bring to me, and I don't know, to sit here today and like see how much I've done and how far I've came is just, it's amazing to me. It's so amazing. Yeah.
Tell us what that change looked like through, is it 6 weeks that you go through?
Yeah, so it's 8 weeks of personal development, and those 8 weeks are like life-changing.
And you have to be dedicated. They
Very
really require
dedicated.
you to be there and show up.
Yes, every single
clean.
day, on time.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like a lot of people tend not to stay because a lot of the things that we talk about are repetitive.
Okay.
And so it's like you'll talk about, your story and how you view yourself and how the world, looks in your perspective and stuff. And then the next day they'll switch it up, but then the next day it's like back to the same thing. And so a lot of people are kind of like, we just went over this,
Yeah.
But if you really pay attention, you'll listen and new things come out of it. So it's like, I don't know. I learned during those 8 weeks how to look at the world different, how to look at myself different, just not to put myself as a victim anymore. Instead of looking at myself as a victim, I switched it to like, I'm a fighter, I'm a survivor, and I'm here, and if there's people that believe in me, then why can't I?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm experiencing is not a victim at all. Like you do not come across that way at all. You come across as very strong and
Thank you.
Open and excited about life.
Yeah, it was really hard at first. Like when I first started Change Course, it was very hard for me to talk about like what I had been through, and just being in treatment for not that long. In treatment too, they also teach you to talk about the trauma that you went through and stuff. And I don't know, I was kind of hesitant to speak about it at Change Course, but then just hearing everybody else, and then they got staff there that have gone through the same things that we've gone through, and to see them overcome, you know, their struggles, it just gives you more motivation for you to do it yourself.
Yeah, I bet it makes a difference to see people like, okay, they actually did go through really hard things, and look at them, they're on the other side. It is possible.
Right.
Having that witness and that person to kind of guide you through it. So what do you think is one of the biggest changes that from where you were before to now?
I think my biggest change would be my faith and my relationship with God.
Okay.
Before Change Course, I believed in God, but I wasn't so much faithful. Like I just was still very angry at him for everything I'd been through and stuff. And at Change Course, it is a very big, like, faith-based program, kind of. And I don't know, we talk a lot about God and prayer and just opening up, and they remind you every day of how you're never alone and he's there, you know. And so I just started building a relationship, going to church every Sunday, and knowing that no matter what I want and need, as long as I talk to him and it's for me, like, he'll give it to me. And I honestly don't think that I could have made it to where I'm at today without having that faith. Yeah.
How are your kids doing with this change? And
my kids, I think they're doing pretty good. I know they're super happy for me to be home. Because they went from, like, having me all the time to seeing me go through active addiction and, like, losing myself to being who I'm supposed to be, you know? And sometimes it gets a little hectic because, like, with my new job, I'm kind of getting used to the full-time schedule and, like, trying to give time to them too, but they understand it. We still make it a thing to go to church every Sunday, but now I can come home and, you know, take care of them and put them to bed and listen to them tell me stories from school and not them have to worry about me, you know, and, like, what I got going on.
And be a mom.
And be a mom. I think, like, my biggest thing is, like, being financially stable. It's really hard for me to tell them no because I feel like I haven't been around, you know, so I kind of got to make up the time lost. So that's one thing I'm learning to do is say no. But the fact that I can be there and, like, get them what they want to get and, like, see the smile on their faces is just, it's everything to me.
That's great. I'm so glad to hear that. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to just my life continuing to go as smooth as it's going. I want to be able to help at least one person, you know, in my story. I know I'm not the only one that goes through the stuff that I went through, but I mean, it's hard. It's hard to get out of that situation, and it's scary. And a lot of the times people in active addiction feel like they're alone, you know? I feel like I want to be, like, a voice for myself, but also for, like, Change Course and, like, refer everybody I can to them and just let them know, you know, that they're not alone and there is people out here that are wanting to make a difference and help you out.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that this all happened in Des Moines.
You
know, this small city that we all think we know, and how you were going through that right here while other people went about their day like everything's fine. And here you are really needing some help.
And I mean, I still take the bus to work and stuff, you know, and I see a lot of people that are still struggling. And, I mean, I start conversations with them, you know, sometimes because a lot of times that's all the people want is somebody to acknowledge them.
Yeah.
And like
that makes sense.
let them know that they're being seen and that they have people to talk to. Because sometimes that's kind of what leads people into addiction, is feeling alone and having nobody. So
yeah, because it did stand out when you talked about how you were alone and isolated because your husband kind of was putting that control on you. And then you thought, well, I'll get back into drugs and live that lifestyle. But that also led to even more isolation, right?
yeah.
I'm sure maybe it was because you didn't see another way. That was the only other option.
Right.
And maybe the drugs helped take away some of the pain.
They helped me escape reality.
Yeah.
But then took me into a whole different place.
Reality. Yeah.
I escaped the chaos of like not being around my family, not having to deal with the pain that I caused my kids, and like the pain that I was causing myself. And so it helped me escape that. But then it was also creating another world for me, like a dark world that came with nothing but like suicidal thoughts and just emptiness and darkness and loneliness, and it was just a bad place to be.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm again so sorry you had to go through that. How does Change Course set you up to be able to sustain this new life? I hear part of it is like getting you surrounded by people that are supportive of your new way of life.
Yeah.
Has that been working?
It has. So one thing they do there is every Monday night, they have a thing called community gathering, and it's a whole bunch of people that support the Change Course program that come into a church and have dinner with all the leaders that are currently attending class, and just let you talk to them about what you got going on. They're there to give you good advice, motivate you and stuff. And on top of that, as you're in class, they have a lot of people from the outside to come in. So they help you start to build a network and like find different outlets and places to go. Yeah,
that seems pretty essential.
Yeah. And then after you graduate, they guarantee you a job. They help you find a job. And they also are always there. So you could still contact them even after you've graduated, because it's not like you graduated and then bye, you're out the door. Yeah, no. They're still always there. The door is always open. I text my career coach all the time. So, yeah. And I had my graduation yesterday from DMAC, and they showed up. So that was super cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so having a new community to look for, and then you build community through your work.
Right.
And your school, and being a mom to your kids also is another whole world, right? Yeah. Especially 7 of them. That's a lot to take care of.
It is, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you're on the other side and interested. It's so inspiring that you want to help others in that situation. So, because you've been there, you know how hard it can be, and what it can be like to get on the other side.
Right.
Yeah. What would you say to people who are wanting to get involved with Change Course or needing the program?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Just get a hold of them. Be very open about your situation. I don't know. I feel like the harder you struggle, the more they want you. So it's one of those type of things. Like if you're at the lowest of your lowest, like guarantee they're going to help you. And just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, and don't think that it's just one of those programs that are going to kind of pretend like they're there for you. Like they're really going to be there for you. Yeah. They're going to be there for you, and they're going to make sure that you succeed and you turn your life around. As long as you want it, they will be there to hold your hand every step of the way.
So do you fear of going back down that route again?
I guess the fear is always there.
Okay.
Just because I am a recovering addict, and like I tell everybody else, anything can happen. Any little thing can happen. But I feel like with that fear being there, it helps me stay on all 10 toes. So I'm very aware of all my surroundings and who I'm around and who I let in my life. Just be more cautious than what I was before. So that fear kind of helps.
Interesting. Yeah. That sometimes it has a purpose, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah.
Well, that's really great to hear. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So you're working in the field right now. Mm-hmm. Where are you working right now, if you don't mind sharing?
I work for Optime Life Services.
Okay.
And I am a job coach.
Okay.
I help people that have mental disabilities or like substance abuse or issues too, that are having issues finding jobs or keeping employment. So I'm kind of just there to give them a lending hand and just teach them job skills.
Yeah, seems like you're a good fit.
Yeah.
Change Course has relationships with a few different employers. And when you were looking for career options, how did that go in Change Course? I'm curious.
So I went through a few different companies because I do have a background. So it was kind of hard to get in to the field that I wanted to get into. And it was a lot of getting turned down. But at the same time, I wasn't ever discouraged because I knew that they were going to find a way.
Going to have your back.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the end of the world. It's not.
Right. Like I've been at the bottom before. The only way I'm going to stay stuck in the bottom is if I let myself stay there. So I just kept pushing forward and keeping my faith and hopes that something will come along. And one day my career coach took me to Optime and sat there with me while I put in an application. And it was like a week of communication that he had back and forth with them about getting me to the right people and stuff. And then I ended up landing the job. I mean, it had a lot to do with them, but it also had a lot to do with my interview, and I had to write like papers to let them know how I've rehabilitated from the life that I was living. So yeah, I went from there and I ended up getting the job. So it was pretty good and exciting.
That's great. And you got a certificate of some sort from DMAC. Tell us about that.
Yep, I am a certified direct support professional.
Okay.
So I can work with people that have disabilities and mental health issues and behavioral health issues, and just help them along the way in life.
So you'll continue along that field?
Yeah.
Excellent.
My goal, though, is to be like some sort of youth counselor.
Okay.
I want to be able to connect with the youth before they hit adulthood and just try and change any type of chaos that they got going on in their life before it becomes too late.
Yeah. I can imagine like once you hit a certain age.
Yeah, because I feel like
things get more complicated and could get out of control even more.
And I mean, as far as like drug use and stuff, a lot of people don't make it out.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like if I can stop it before it even gets to that point, then that'd be amazing.
I'm also curious that 10 years that you spent with your grandmother, what role do you think that played in your life now? And did it give you hope to knowing what was possible, that you could be happy and be surrounded with people that care about you?
I think so, yeah. It gave me like, I don't know, that sense of belonging again, that sense of like you have people to turn to. Karen is like a mom.
Yeah.
So while you're there,
yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
While you're there through those 8 weeks, she will love you like no other. She will treat you like her own, and even after that, she's just always there. So I feel like that kind of did it for me too, you know, having that that love from somebody like that. And it's like every day you get there, they give you a hug, and I don't know, they just make you feel really special. So yeah.
That's great. I'm so glad you're able to feel special and recognize how you have such value in our world and your world, and deserve to be here.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Pita, for joining us. Is there anything else you want to share before we?
I think just if you're struggling, just don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are always there.
Do you think that's a big thing, that you were afraid to ask for help?
I was always afraid to ask for help. I was afraid to ask for help because people are judgmental.
Yeah.
And people don't try to understand where you're coming from. But there is people out there that care.
Yeah. So keep asking until
you find it, and just don't give up and don't lose hope.
Yeah. Good.
Yep.
That's good advice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much again for joining us. And for those listening and want to hear more and learn more, they can visit change-course.org. And to our listeners, thanks for being here. You can always tune in to Give and Grow at the website giveandgrowdsm.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you.